Hello my friends, I'm Jihondo, and welcome back to Aurora. For those of you who were watching Season 2, I apologize for the fairly abrupt end to that. Once again, the game had gotten to a point where the slowdown was just completely unbearable. There were so many wars going on that I couldn't go a single full day without the system dropping to the 5-second mode, while somewhere there were ships fighting each other, so it just got unplayable. So we're going to try one more time. So this is Season 3, and I think not only have I come up with a way to prevent the slowdown entirely, but I think this will also be a pretty neat idea if it works. I'm not sure if it will. My idea is that my entire universe will only contain 2 sectors. One for me, one for an opponent, hence why I'm calling this Showdown. So if I've done this right, by setting maximum number of systems to 1, which will basically be, Sol, and generating 1 NPR right at game start, that should automatically create 2 sectors, which kind of makes this seem wrong, but anyway, right, with just the single jump point between them. So theoretically, it's just me against one opponent, and therefore there'll never be any battles I'm not involved in, because obviously if there's fighting, I'm there. So that should prevent that slowdown. And just having only 2 sectors means, frankly, the game can't get that slow realistically. So that's the theory. So I've got it set up. I chose arbitrarily a random government type, and I took clan this time, so I named the Empire Clan Jihondo. Everything else here is pretty much the same. I took the theme as Canada this time instead of UK, no big deal, and English because that's all I speak. Left all this the same. The clan government type is kind of crappy in terms of tech, but we'll deal with it. In terms of the stuff over here, left that the same. I shut these off because they shouldn't matter anyway. I shut overhauls off again because I really don't like that. I had to shut, of course, real world star systems off because I think that would wreck this if I didn't. And everything else is the same. So, without further ado, let's get this universe started. So hopefully this works. Theory certainly seems promising. I just don't know for sure if I had to put 1 here or if I needed to put 2. In mucking around earlier off camera, it seemed to me that as soon as whatever I put here, it then still added another sector for the NPR. So I think I have this right doing it this way, but I guess we'll find out. This part does always take a bit, generating even just 1 NPR. I think it generates something like 2 years worth of industry for them, so it kind of just basically churns out 2 years worth of turns for them. But that's just a guess. I don't even know where I got the 2 years number from. I saw that somewhere, but I don't remember where. Might have been on the wiki or something. Don't know. Not worried about it. Anyway. I probably should have clicked the button before I started recording so I could have done all my spiel while this was doing that, but anyway. Too late now. There it goes. Okay. Well, let's get going. So, right off the bat, we need a map. And let's get that so you guys can actually see the whole thing. Again, this is just a quirk of the way I had to record this. I have to record it as a window off my desktop, so otherwise it doesn't pick up all the sub-windows properly, which in turn means I have to keep mucking about with the display, but anyway, we'll not worry about that too much. Let's hide most of those asteroids until I have a chance to scan them. Other than that, I don't think I need to muck around too much with anything else here. Apparently we already have. Cool, well, that's not really going to help you. My only rule for the opposite race when I do meet them is I, of course, must stay hostile, regardless of whatever they want, which means there will probably never be a Diplo team, and if I do, it'll only just to learn their language. Obviously I haven't met them yet, so I can't show you, but also I'll keep on hostile at all times. Obviously the rest of these will all be no. I may or may not even bother doing a Diplo team, and if I do, it'll just be until they have full communications, meaning they've learned the language, and then I'll take them off. And the only reason I even care about the language is I might want at some point to do espionage, and you get a huge penalty if you don't know their language, because obviously, you know, a spy that can't speak English would not get much information out of me, so... Anyway, so let us see how we are starting. Looks like a pretty decent pile. Nothing too small here, so that's alright. Let's see what we got. 200 mines, 40 of which are automated. That's fine. We have enough workers here. I don't need to switch these over anytime real soon. Low priority. We only started with 5 research labs, which is a bit harsh. And 2 shipyards, although it was nice enough to give us multiple slipways, which is nice. And a pretty good capacity on this one already. That's nice. Well, what I'm going to do, as I usually do, is set these to continual expansion right off the bat. What I like about this is, as opposed to, say, you know, just arbitrarily adding an amount which costs you materials, doing the continual one does not cost you materials, it just costs you wealth. And at this point I have absolutely nothing else to use wealth on except research, and with only, you know, 5 research facilities, that's not going to cost much. So, anyway, speaking of research, let's start on that right away. So my best researchers are either missiles or power. I don't think there's anything in missiles I actually will want. Hi, Devil. Hi, buddy. That's a good boy. Just stay where I can see you, but off the camera, okay? Good boy. And try not to block too much of my screen either, but... So I think, what about in power? Power would have, like, speed stuff, which I always like. And, fuel consumption savings. Now that's going to be important, because if I'm really unlucky and I don't get a sorium source, fuel could be a problem. So I think we're going to start with that right off the bat. Okay. In terms of industry, how are we doing here? So we have 280 construction factories. That's not bad. I probably want a few more than that, but that's not a bad start. So why don't I start off and build 20 new construction factories right off the bat. Oh, they'll finish that in less than a year. See, that's not bad at all. Sorry, folks, 1 second. Sorry about that, my eyes were burning. Okay, so, with that in mind, I think we can pretty much just buzz the clock for now, because there's not really going to be much of anything else I can do. Oh, I can get a governor. Let's do that real quick, too. I probably won't have... Oh, I have the grand sum of 1 to choose from. Well, I guess that's good. Wealth creation bonus is helpful. That will, Did I miss the button? There's a sign. There it is. There we go. Okay, perfect. That'll, if nothing else, that'll help us keep the, all the expansions going, so a little bit longer anyway. But we ultimately don't really have much to do until either our research is done or these buildings are done. Unless... I guess I could get some of the scanning started. Even though we'll have really crummy ships, I could get some of that started. Sorry, I have to keep moving the window because I can't see the bottom half of my screen because there's a nice black cat there. Aren't you, buddy? Yes. Remember earlier when I asked you not to block the screen? And you completely ignored me. Right. Anyway. So, I will need to make some engines first, actually, because they don't default to having any. So let's go ahead and design a couple engines. We'll need one for a military ship, because the grav sensors are military. And then You know what? Actually, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait on that until I have at least a little bit of fuel reduction. Otherwise, we're just going to be wasting so much fuel. Alright, well, let's get the clock buzzing here, and it should buzz through. Very nice speed. Yeah, that's much, much nicer. Actually, I guess really we could do 30 days at this point, because there's nothing happening until that industry is done. Okay, there we go. That research is done. Let's stick with power propulsion. Maybe I should actually get... well, let's start with one more fuel consumption drop first. I was going to say I should get maybe the next type of drive, but I'm going to just get this first. So I think that'll be useful. And once all those factories on Earth there are done, I think it'll be time to build at least a few more research labs, because I don't think 5 is really going to cut it. So let's go ahead and build... we'll start with 5 more right off the bat. Okay, so they take about a year apiece, just shy of. Okay, that's fine. I'll probably want a lot more actual industry then, but if that's the case, but so be it. We gotta start somewhere. Of course, by now probably the opponents already have, 50 research labs and have already built their first combat vessel, and yeah, I'm fully expecting to get squashed here, but I think it'll be fun anyway. If nothing else, it's always fun to play at speed in this game. Okay, so that is done. Oh, we have to get the next reactor first, right? Well, you can only take 5 labs. Okay, well, so be it. Take those 5 labs, and... I guess we'll just stick with power propulsion. Okie dokie. Well, why don't you get a start on this until a few more of those labs are built. That's going to take a long, long time, but we are building more labs, so it's fine. We'll get them sped up. We'll get them nice and sped up, so... once those labs are done building, the next thing I'll have built is more actual industry. So that will help the future, and then we'll build more labs after that. So I'm going to kind of go back and forth a little bit. Yeah, that knocks 6 years off. That was not very good. Not bad at all. So I'll go back and forth a little bit until we get to a point where I think I have enough labs or enough industry, or both, and then I'll be able to stop with those. I'm just not sure what amount I consider enough at this point, but we'll see. Well, I can't build too many, at least until I have more minerals coming in, because obviously the amount on Earth, while it's large, it is definitely finite. So definitely don't want to spend too much. You have to grow, but you have to grow in a stable, insane manner. Apparently something is happening that's taking a lot of effort. Quite a lot of effort, apparently. Wow, okay. Well, there's no way this can already be common. I wonder why that took that long. Weird. Okay, well, whatever. Won't worry about it. I guess we won't worry about it for now. Alright, so I can cancel that one and let the better researcher finish it. Which actually... Oh, you got way better... Weird. Okay, never mind. The one that was better only at the number of labs, but not as good in terms of the actual bonus, has apparently jumped way ahead. Somehow. Okay, that works. I don't pretend to understand, but that works. Okay. Oh, the other thing I want to do is shut off the fuel production. We've got tons and tons and tons of fuel, and I don't want to waste all of our sorium, because you do use that for some ship designs. Okay. So you have to have at least a little bit left over. Getting quite concerned about what my opponents are doing if they're already making the clock drag this much. And we're only 3.5 years in. That's a little frightening. Maybe that's all they need to stomp me out. I don't even have a ship yet, let alone a good one. Wow. Okay, well, so be it. This might just be the shortest season ever. Oh my, oh my. And it's not actually doing 30-day, it's only doing 5-day, it looks like. No, it's doing single day. And I'm getting very concerned about what they're doing. Very, very concerned. Of course, I won't be able to actually see it, because I don't even know which one the gate's on, let alone having built a gate yet. Okay, this is the part where you acknowledge that I clicked on something. No, it's the part where you just ignore me and do whatever you feel like doing? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it's dropped down to single day. I don't know what they're doing. Take auto turns off for now and see if it's willing to do 5-day. Nope, it really just wants to do single day. Well, considering they have just the one sector, there's literally nothing they can, no, like nowhere else they can go except here. I'm not entirely sure why it's taking them this long to do this, unless they're building so many ships. The AI tends to build basically one ship per waypoint, I've noticed. Like, they build tons and tons and tons of scanning ships. Or at least they did in what I saw in the last season, but that still is a ridiculous number. Won't go over a day. Alright, well, so be it. If I have to go day by day, so be it. Don't see as I like that too much. guess the other thing I could do, although it would put me way, way ahead, would be to set it to 2 sectors, no starting NPRs, but a 100% chance of finding one. I guess that would sort of do the same thing. I don't know. I just don't know. Let's try something here. I don't know if this will help or not, but... So it still flickers to not responding even on hourly. Wow. Wow. Alright, what about on 20 minute? Well, it doesn't drop to not responding, but it's clearly very close to that point. And I'm not sure I really want to run the game at 20-minute intervals. Especially this early on when I haven't really done anything yet. Yeah, this is really not ideal, is it? Okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. Well, let's just stop this for a minute. And let's try my other idea of... let's try my other idea. So the theory is if I set 2 initially, but not to create them, and then set this to 100. This one theoretically won't matter because there's only going to be 2 sectors. And I think it was clan, right? Yes. So let's try this. Hopefully this works. The rest of that's all fine. That's fine. These, excuse me, can come off. Overhauls are off. Assign those automatically. Not that there's not many, but assign them anyway. That's off. Those are all fine. That can come off. Okay. Okay. Let's try this. Since it's not generating an NPR, that, if nothing else, should create the universe that little bit faster. Probably a lot faster, actually, but either way. Well, if nothing else, now we just got a little bit of practice of what to do for the first couple of years, so I guess that works. Although it might be a bit different anyway, because we'll get different researchers, so I might not end up doing power first. So if I get, say, construction person, that'd be really helpful. But if I get something not helpful, like biologist or sensors, I mean, they're things that are nice, but not right off the bat. Okay, here we go. Select. Yes, please. Let's get rid of the old map and get us a new map. Again, just bear with me a second. Let me fix the screen size. And that. Right, events are on. Display only minerals. Okay. Okay. So I think we're back in business here. And that all looks pretty good. The only one that really shorted me on looks like was corbomite, but I think that's okay. Yeah, that's enough fuel. We don't need to start with those industries on. Okay, so looks like we got the exact same. I guess those are fixed. I thought they were slightly randomized, but I guess they were fixed. Well, that's fine, not a problem. So again, we'll start with 20 industry right off the bat, just because I like round numbers. In fact, we're going to do 70. That'll put us to 350, which is also a nice roundish number. And it won't take really that long because as it's building, the capacity will increase, so it won't actually take 3 years to build those. Right, research. We got a missiles person and a construction person with no initial steps. But we know we don't want any missile stuff, so let's go look in the construction. Because this has a lot of the stuff we're going to want. Which do I want first, though, is the question. Probably construction rate, actually. Because that will help all those factories. And the shipyards, again, we're going to set to continuous for both. So yes, we'll be spending wealth, but I don't care. Okay, so that's done, that's done. Oh, and commander. That's the other thing we should do right off the bat. Oh, that's not the right one. That's the one we want. Oh, I have 2 to choose from this time. Xenology we don't need, terraforming we don't need, mining's not bad. But factory wealth are both better. Again, the terraforming's not helpful, but that's fine. Okay. Very good. Okay. I'll probably need to, at some point, build extra military academies to have some more choices, but for now, that'll do. That'll be fine. Okay. Off we go. Since there are no NPRs, there should be nothing to slow us down except whatever we're doing ourselves. At least until I find and open that gate. So, because I'm going to be... I don't know how long it'll take me to get to that point, but I'll be X years ahead. We'll have to decide how many years before I'm allowed to actually invade, to let them catch up a bit. I'll take suggestions in the comments if you have any decision on that. I'm personally thinking probably 5 years, but more or less I'm totally fine with. There we go. So yeah, we knocked 6 months off by building those factories as we went, so that's cool. Well, let's get some more research labs going. We'll say 5 for now. Excellent. Because this person definitely could use more labs. Could definitely use some more training too, but anyway. Okay, so that one is done. And you still haven't gained any experience. Not impressed. Next, we should get... Let's get 1 research rate under our belt. Because that one's always good. It pays for itself very quickly in time. And the lab was built. There you go. Beautiful. So far, so good. Yeah, they're building nice and fast. This is good. This is very good. And oh look, we passed year 5 without a slowdown. We're doing better already, folks. Yay! Okay, so that's all those research labs built. Okay. Now, we are still fine for minerals. so let us build next. Don't really need that military academy yet. I will need it later. But until I have actual colonies that need other governors, or lots of ships that need commanders, I don't need that yet, so that can wait. I took maintenance off, so the maintenance facilities are useless. Alright, let's build 10 more mines just to get an even number there. In fact, we have so many workers that we could just build actually generic mines. They are about half the cost. And I don't mind using workers here because we have lots. So that's the only advantage of the auto mine over the mine. They run at the exact same speed, so it's purely a case of whether they need workers or not. Since we have workers, that's fine. Okay. Good stuff. Alright, now I'd really like you to learn something. That would be really nice. Maybe that's actually a reason to do another military academy, because that'll also mean more researchers. Alright, let's build up the military academy. They are very expensive, so let's just build one upgrade of that for now. And it takes quite a while to build, even with the excellent staff we have. Okay. So now we will start getting more of these. It'll take a little bit, but we'll start getting more choice, which is nice. So I think for now, we pretty much don't need to be building anything unless we want to just be building more construction capacity, and that can't be a bad thing to do. So let's just do that for quite a while. Let's do that for quite a while we wait on some research. You still haven't gained any experience. You gained administrative experience, but not actual research experience. Not impressed. Not impressed. Alright, well, we'll definitely want the asteroid mining module later. But, so let's get that. So at least we have it. And then it'll be time to start working towards stuff for some ships. So I'd like to get the scanning going. At least of the minerals. I'm not as worried about opening the gate yet, because obviously once that's done, the game starts to slow down. So we'll do the... Oh, you finally gained some experience. Well done, you. So let's start working on some shipbuilding stuff. Doesn't really matter which one yet. We'll get a couple of each by the end, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, so all the construction facilities are done. We now have lots of production. And we've used up a lot of stockpile. So maybe it's time to stop building stuff for a little while. Let that build back up. And we'll just continue keeping an eye on the research for a bit. That should do. That will do nicely. Oh, we actually have a power propulsion, too. Okay. Then in that case, we're going to be doing 2 researches at once. Optimistically, let's pretend that there's going to be some sorium in the system. There sometimes is, there sometimes isn't. But let's be ready for it in case there is. And yeah, let's get some power propulsion going as well. Okay. So I don't want to build ships that are too crummy. I'd like them, I don't obviously expect them to be great, but I'd like them to be at least nominally usable. And that means that taking a little bit of time to improve their fuel efficiency. And then their actual engine drive type as well. Especially since I don't know if there's going to be any extra sorium available in this sector or not. I really don't want to be wasting power. Oh, we apparently got a really good biology person. Well, too bad I don't want any of that stuff. At least not yet. Later I'll want terraforming, but not yet. That's a long ways off. So let's get one more of those. Okay. Okay, so now we know about the Sorium Harvester, and it looks like we lost our commander too. So let's fix that real quick before we forget. We got lots of people to choose from now. That's good. Needs to be at least a 3 though. Mining 5. Mining 5. Population growth as well. Factory, wealth 30 plus population. You're winning so far. Okay, looks like it's going to be you. Congratulations, you are now the governor of Earth. Right, research. Wasn't that sad? A brand new construction person's already just as good as that one we've been using a lot. Anyway, let's improve mining some more. Good. Okay, yeah, stockpile's starting to come back up. I was really worried about uranium because that's an important one. We have lots to mine, but we didn't have much on hand, so hence why I want to shut off construction for a little while. Let that build back up. Okay, there's fuel consumption 7. So we need to get this reactor out of the way to get the next drive. So it's an unfortunate one, but we have to do it. In the meantime, construction's done. So let us start working on stuff, more stuff for ships. Excellent. Now we can research the actual drive. Gas-cooled fast reactor, apparently. Sure. Sounds good to me. And then once that one's done, we'll be able to... oh wait, sorry, that's the reactor. I don't want that one. Nuclear pulse engine, that's the one. I thought that was a very strange sounding name. Apparently, I'm losing my mind. Right, when that one's done, then we will go and design our first couple ships. So we'll have to design a military and a commercial engine. Or just a commercial engine, I guess. Doesn't really matter. The gravitational scanning ship will count as a military ship regardless, so I guess it doesn't really matter if we do it as a military or commercial engine. Let's get the retoolings to be cheaper. That also, I think, impacts the speed at which this grows. Wow. Okay, I probably don't really need to still be doing this, but all it takes is wealth. And it's not even all that much, really. Same amount as our research, so I think that can go for a while yet. There we go. Okay. So that nuclear pulse engine is done, so now we can come in and design, excuse me, our engines. Oops. There, okay. So in order to be a commercial, it has to be 0.5 there and at least 25 here. You'll see this will switch. Beautiful. Okay, so that's our basic commercial engine. And we may as well, while we're at it, build a military version. Or should I even bother? They use so much more fuel. Nah, we'll just stick with just a commercial for now. That will give you something in the power propulsion to do. Beautiful. And it's a pretty quick one. It should not take too long at all. There we go. Oh, actually, both finished. Excellent. Alright, so in the construction side, let's go ahead and get more construction ability. Excellent. And in the power propulsion side, don't really need any of this screamingly immediately, so let's just get, this actually is a weapons tech, so let's get that, even though it's in power propulsion. That affects things like meson cannons and such, how often they can fire. Okay, now we can design our actual scanners. Excellent. So we'll say 5 geoscanners. I don't want the ship to be too enormous if it doesn't have to be. Even though the shipyard could support it, I don't really want it to be that big. That should be fine. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. I'd like it to not use much fuel, so I'm just going to give it a single drive and just a few scanners, and that will be fine. So you are the geographical scanner. If I have one of those. Geological survey vessel, I sure do. Awesome. And in terms of this stuff, doesn't really matter. You can be an African city. That sounds delightful. And we should also, while we're at it, create the military version. Just like that. And you can be, sure, aggressive names. Sounds good to me. Okay. That means both of our shipyards here need to do their first retooling. Oh, I think I did that wrong. Oops. That was a waste. I did the wrong one. So it did its free one to go to a class it's not actually going to be building, because this is the military one. But, oh well, that's okay. That's okay. So let's go ahead and build one of those, and you can go back to expansion. That'll be fine. Okay. So you are now ready to build one of those, and then go back to the expansion, which is not screamingly necessary, but we'll do it anyway. Okay, cool. Excellent. Alright, some research is done. Power propulsion. Actually, you know what, maybe I will do biology, actually. I'd like to at least have the basics of terraforming available. So I'm probably going to want multiple colonies. Definitely one on the Moon and Mars. Maybe even one on Venus, although that might just be an auto-mine one. There we go. One of those ships is done. Alright, the game starts with some really sillily named task groups that I don't want. So we'll just get rid of them. And detach. Alright, so shall be on orders to survey. Maybe I'll have you start with the actual planets first. It ultimately doesn't matter, they'll eventually do all of them, but for now I want to start with the planets. And if you start to run low on fuel, please buzz back and refuel at Earth. Excellent. That'll be also one of those. Get rid of that. Awesome. Okay. And off it goes. That was research. Okay. I am totally okay with that. And well, I guess we should start to figure out how to build a jump gate, because we will want to do that to get this actual season started here. There we go. Other ship is done. Detach, and again, your job will be to survey. And if you run low, then go ahead and come back to the colony. Okay. I think I screwed up this one's orders, because this one is the grav scanner, so I shouldn't actually be doing survey planets, I should be doing survey waypoints. There, that's better. So we'll just cancel that. That was a oopsie on my part. I got mixed up which ship was which. I thought it was a bit strange that both of them wanted to do geological surveys. Anyway. This is a good looking start. Okay, lots of sorium available. Excellent. The Earth has lots. Not such a great Venus this time. I'm used to seeing a bit more than that. That's okay. Alright, so that was the jump gate module done. So now, what shall we do next? Probably, well, let's just increase mining. That'll do. And we can build the design, anyway, of the jump gate. It's probably good that the shipyard started out so large, because this thing is humongous. But anyway. Yeah, that's a bit too slow for my liking. I mean, yes, it'll sit there for a year, but still, that's a bit slow for my liking. Okay, let's start with that. Until I actually see where the gate is, I don't know how much range I actually need. I'm sure that's way more than I need, but until I actually find the gate, I don't know. And hide the ones we've done. That's the other thing I should have set. Okay, off it goes. There's our terraforming module research done. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything more with these right now. I just want to have the terraformer available. So, power propulsion, is there anything else we should get immediately? Probably not. Our first combat type persons of missiles kinetics. So, the question of the day becomes, What kind of weaponry am I going to want to use? Probably we'll just stick to missiles. Probably. So let's start on early missile tech. Okay. And let's get some more missile tech. Pretty much need everything here, but anyway, I don't know why that's not defaulting on. It's kind of annoying, but anyway. That's fine too. Cool. Constantine has done all the planets. So now we can work on, I guess I could have just done this, but now we'll do the moons. Well, it's not too bad. Okay. Sounds good. Let's get some of those moons done. That sounds excellent. And let's grab another research rate. Those are always helpful. Cool. Okay, so we found the jump point. So about 4 billion, even with a little bit just in case. Yeah, about 4 billion will be all I need for the range of this thing. There and back about 9, give it 10, so yeah, this will be fine. And that speed's not great, but it will do. Okay, so you are the jump gate builder. Alright, jump tender then, whatever. Not a big deal. And you're going to be out there for quite a while. Okay, so let's grab our commercial, retool it for the upholder. Yes, please. I will let that other ship finish all the waypoints, but they really had better not be. Or I'll be very upset, because I did set to only have one. So I'll be very upset if it cheated and gave itself more. Anyway. More missile stuff. Doesn't matter too much which one, we have so many of them to do. It's not going to make a huge difference. Alright, retooling is done, which means you can now build me one, and then go back to getting bigger. Not that I really need to, since that's nearly 500,000, but anyway. Who knows, maybe I'll want to build a 1,000,000-ton ship to, to deal with the enemy. Who knows? Missiles. Sure, missile stuff. Need lots and lots and lots of individual little bits before missiles become any good at all, so. Okay, grav survey is done, so the absolution can come home and be scrapped, because we do not need it anymore. Sorry, I guess that's a military, so this one has to do it. So you Come on, thank you. There we go. Absolution. Scrap. Okay. Cool. Might as well get at least some of our minerals back, right? And our missiles guy is done again. So let's grab feed system efficiency. Sure, sounds delightful. Oh, that's going to keep popping up unless I tell it to stop doing that. There we go. Okay. And our upholder is done, which is our gate builder. Let's detach that. And go build me that gate, please. That will take a year, but that's fine. Oh, both researches finished at once. Very cool. Is there anything else here I might want? Probably not. Except maybe this one. We're fine for wealth right now, but I can imagine as these things continue to grow and grow and grow, they'll start charging me more. So I think I'm going to squeeze in one of these, even though I don't normally bother with that. And then we'll go back to researching missiles. I'm just trying to grab the cheapest ones first, just because they're quicker. In case you're wondering what I'm looking at. There we go. QL. Alright, so that is done. Now, oops. Let us make sure that the whole point of this challenge has worked and that there is, in fact, something on the other side. Because if there isn't, I'm going to be a very sad camper. Okay, well, there's definitely a system here. Very bizarre system, but anyway. Has Lagrange points and all that. So, what I'm going to do is basically sacrifice this ship just to find out where I might find some stuff. No, not through the Lagrange point directly. You can do that by yourself. Let's just move directly to one of the planets and see if we see anything. Theoretically, this race will have just been created, so they probably don't actually have any ships or defenses yet, so it might not actually get blown up, but I do want to at least make sure that they got created. That's entirely the point. Because if they didn't, then, like I said, I'll be a very sad camper. Okay, so they're not at 1. Probably would have been easier to have done this with a ship that actually has scanners, but so be it. Still not seeing anything. Okay. Okay, I think they're on 4. I think. I don't know, maybe 5. See, I'm noticing that 5's got a different menu list for some reason than the other ones do. Weird. Okay, well, I guess we won't worry about it. We'll just head out over there. Pfft. What do I know? Actually, let's go to 4 first. Looks like it's a little bit closer, and this thing is running low on fuel, so I may have sacrificed this anyway, indirectly. Smokey. What's up, buddy? Okay. Is it completely out of fuel? So it still had 19%. Weird. Am I losing my mind? Okay, that was strange. Okay, I won't ask, I don't want to know. You'll need to build yourself a gate to get back. Oh, I must have been on this empty group. That must have been what that was. Okay. Weird. Oh, they ran out of fuel completely. Okie dokie, never mind. I guess you just get to sit there. At some point I may come and rescue you. I may not. Who knows? Alright, let's do some more fuel research, I suppose. And I guess I will build some kind of rescue ship. I suppose that will do. Okay, yeah, I guess that's really all it needs. It's just a little temporary rescue ship. Call it a cargo ship for now, I suppose. Actually, instead of doing that, why don't I just go ahead and make this an actual proper fuel ship? In which case this is a tanker. Yeah, let's slap a few of these on there and go for there. Bunch of those, and we'll definitely want a few more engines, or this thing will take forever to get anywhere. That way it can fly over, let the gate builder fuel up, and then come back, and then I can just set it loose, gathering fuel. That'll work. That should work. That's a commercial. Tool to Kingston. There we go. However, we are bumping up to time control, so I'd like to thank everyone for joining me today. Again, I apologize for the abrupt end to Season 2, and B, the kind of stop-start thing we had to do earlier this episode, but hopefully we're on the right track here, and I hope this will be an idea that appeals. But feel free to leave me a comment if there's any ideas you have, or how many years I should give before I start actually trying to invade that system. We popped the gate open around year 24 or 25, I think, so somewhere around there. So anyway, if you have any opinion, leave me a comment. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye now.